Hello, how you doing? Okay, so this is a pretty important part of it. So any good diet has a workout that goes with it, you know? Um, I guess like if you had, like what matters more, the diet or the workout? The diet probably matters more than the workout, but the ultimate complement to a good diet is a workout, and a workout without a good diet is worthless. So basically, this is this video is about what to do because like there's pre-workout meals and post-workout meals. So what do you eat before and after a meal? How do you do that? Okay, this book, The Bodybuilder's Nutrition Book by Dr. Franco Columbu, it is one of the 23 sacred books of the Yan Sui. So you could be like, oh, whoa, dude, it looks like a good book, and we love Franco Columbu, but why would you make it out to be like some kind of Bible or something? And the answer is because the Bible it's not a book of science, and it's not really a book of nutrition either. So too many religious people use the Bible as their extreme guide to what to eat and what not to eat and how to eat. So in Rasta we have Aital. Aital means genuine in Amharic, and it means like if you ask someone what does Aital mean, it means natural and the wholesome and all that. But really, what the word means is it means genuine as far as that you're going to follow what Yahweh, what Jah wants. Because if you read the Bible, on the story of Adam and Eve, Jah gives the vegetation is meat. In other words, it's your food. Okay, and then in Numbers 11, we see that obviously Jah wants them to eat manna, but the Hebrews cried and said, "We want to eat meat. We don't want to eat this manna vegetarian crap every meal all the time." So Jah made the law of clean and unclean meats. So basically, the nutshell, what we learn from the Bible that's useful today is that you go natural, eat vegan, eat organic, and your food is your medicine and everything. But if you are going to eat meat, the Bible would say then eat the clean meats and not the dirty meats. But the thing is nowadays with science we know how to properly cook meat. We have microscopes and stuff, and we know what temperature to cook them and how long to cook them, and we can safely cook meat. So there's a difference between today and back then. So the nutshell on the clean and unclean meats is the animals like pigs that they're like vacuum cleaners. They're dirty animals. That's an unclean meat. Okay, people say the hoof this and all that stuff. It's really kind of simple. No pigs, and as far as fish and stuff, none of the bottom dwellers like carp and that. The ones that have tentacles on their face, it's because they swim around in the cud and the mud, and they're bottom dwellers. Nothing in a shell. Oysters, clams, crabs, lobsters, and then as far as the big fish, they have to have scales. Nothing like whales and dolphins where it's just smooth, but scales. So that's basically the clean and unclean meats, and no, and like the mammals, the land ones, it's all about the unclean meats are all stuff you wouldn't want to eat anyway. So basically, what you learn from that is that think about it when you eat the unclean meats. Think about it. There's a potential there that if you're not clean and if you don't cook it good, there's a potential there that it could be worse for you than if it were a clean meat. But just clean it, cook it the right way, But who knows what advantages there are. So this book, Dr. Franco Columbu, first of all, Franco Columbu is Arnold Schwarzenegger's workout buddy. He was Mr. Olympia. After Schwarzenegger was like Mr. Olympia a bunch of years in a row, Franco Columbu was his workout buddy that whole time. And then later, Franco Columbu became Mr. Olympia, and then later he became a doctor in nutrition. So the doctor part matters. He doctor in nutrition, Franco Columbu, Mr. Olympia. Okay? And he was a boxer before he was a bodybuilder. Okay? So the thing is this book kicks butt. I've studied hundreds of diets. It's not like other bodybuilding diets. This one is good for you. He's very pro-food. He doesn't believe in using supplements except vitamins. So like food is made out of protein, fat, and carbohydrates. So his thinking is the high protein thinking. Have a ratio of more protein to fat and carbos. But he doesn't believe in protein shakes. He believes in picking good protein. So, like beef might have more protein in it than an egg, but an egg is more usable protein than beef. So it doesn't matter how many grams of protein something has. It matters how many grams of protein your body's going to be able to use. Because if you don't digest it and you just poop it out, what difference did all the extra grams of protein make? So basically his diet, he's Italian, so it's very pro-Mediterranean. It's basically a Mediterranean pescatarian diet that says go ahead and eat eggs. He doesn't like dairy. He thinks dairy makes your boobs, I can't remember, does something to your chest and stuff. He's not very into dairy, but he's really into fish and eggs, and to eat mostly fish and eggs for your protein, but then it's okay to eat birds too, and the worst thing is red meats. Okay, because like the fats complicate the digestion, which makes it so you don't absorb it as well. Eggs are the most useful protein. So you don't count your grams, and you don't look at it that way, and you don't use protein supplements and that. You just eat healthy pescatarian, as vegetarian as possible meals in the Mediterranean way with your olive oil and your garlic. He believes in having a glass of wine with dinner. So if a Jan Sui wants to have a glass of wine with dinner, 1 glass for women, 2 for men, that makes sense to me. But for me, alcohol has given me health problems. Like I had a fatty liver and stuff. I've gone over that. Alcohol is just not for me. My body can't handle it. Too many years of drinking since I was a teenager and blah, blah. So you knock yourself out. But the dry wines, it's because a glass of what the wine does is it has enzymes in it that help you digest the protein. So for dinner, you have a nice quality protein, and then you have a glass of wine, and if it's real dry, the dry wines have extra enzymes in it, so you can digest the protein. Of course, we know that the red wines have tannins in it, which is good for you. He doesn't really deal with those very much. He's interested in the protein enzymes, but if you had a dry red wine, then that would have tannins and the enzymes to digest the protein. Pro-garlic, so basically the green robe diet, the blue robe diet, and the white robe diet, it already has it as eggs and fish, and then chicken and beef once a week. Columbu would agree with that. Columbu, he wouldn't like how there's more fat than protein, but so if you're doing, so the green robe diet he would like it. The keto blue robe diet, he would say, ooh, I don't know about that. And that so basically, what does he believe that you eat before a workout and after a workout? He says apples, grapes, and pears are the best source of energy for humans. But basically fruit. Have a piece of fruit before you work out. Hopefully it's an apple, grape, or pear. 1 apple, 1 serving of grape, or 1 pear. And then after, maybe you would have, because you already have a protein supplement, but like a vegan, organic protein supplement, not like the whey protein or those kind, but the one that's made out of food. So in the green robe, blue robe, white robe, we have that hemp pea protein the protein supplement that we use in the kale shake, just have a scoop of that. So if you're going to work out, eat like an apple before you work out, and maybe a cup of black coffee with no cream. The fat changes the absorption. You want to absorb it easy. Just straight black coffee, because caffeine, there's science shows it does have blah blah blah. You can look it up. And then after you work out, have 1 scoop of protein. Okay, so you've added extra protein to your diet because you're an athlete and you're working out, and you've added extra calories, and you've carved up. So you've made that change. So if you're green robe diet and you work out, before you work out, have an apple, and after you're done, have a scoop of your protein. If you're blue robe keto, don't do anything different. Just go ahead and have a water enhancer that doesn't have any carbs, fat, or anything in it, and just that's all you get. Sorry, if you're the blue robe diet that's not doing the keto thing, or the white robe diet, then go ahead and have an apple, grape, or pear before you work out, and a scoop of protein after. Okay, if you're trying to burn fat or anything, that's the keto one. That's when there's an exception. But so, one of the mandatory books, one of the 23 sacred books of the Yan Sui, because the Bible's out of date, this is the book that we study. It's different than the other. It's not like any of the other diets or anything. It's more pro-food. The only supplements he believes in is multivitamins and vitamins. And he doesn't, like the regular vitamins, it's like 100 RDA, 150 RDA. He's not into that. He's into like the huge quantities of vitamins. If you've ever been to GNC and look at how many vitamins are in their vitamins, it's a lot more than the vitamins you buy in a regular store or a regular health food store. So Columbo would say, go get your vitamins at GNC, get the really beefed up, super duper, alley-ooper vitamins, but don't use any other supplements. And then we'd say, well, blah, blah, blah. And you'd say, well, okay, the hemp pea protein, it's organic and it's food. Go ahead and use that.